Hello everyone, Phil, we're back with episode 2 of our Ultimate Modded campaign for the Dwarfs as Thorgrim Grudgebearer. We've taken our starting province, we've started to make some progress against the Bloody Spears tribe going towards Mount Gunbad, since Skarsnik has been moved down to the south at Carrick Peaks. But before we get going, let's actually, something I did forget to do last time, is to name our heroes. So for our heroes, for our engineer, we're going to do, this is for our channel members, just as a small thank you for all the support they give the channel. First we'll have Twisted Fate, but we'll call him Tom Twister of Fate. If I can fit that all in one. Fincher as our brewmaster. Nope, I don't want to go there quite yet. And our third one for Nick, we will get as soon as we get another hero. But we left off after taking the high place. Karak is being built up. We're almost to enough growth surplus to get to tier 3. As soon as we get to tier 3, we are going to, I think, start to build the deeps, because we can get some really good income from that if we do it early. Although building the deeps will bring out some invasions from one of our mods, so we do have to be careful on that front. Our brewmaster isn't going to be able to make it for this initial battle, so we'll just try to get him up here as far as possible while we take the World's Edge Archway. Yeah, we're going to save our growth up here, so we don't need to worry about that. But for Thorgrim, we're saving some of your points for when we hit level 12. Get some of these immediately, since they are so good. And on our diplomacy screen, we have got a trade agreement with Zufbar now. Carrick will probably get more favorable once we finish wiping out the Bloody Spears. But yep, let's get this first battle underway then. Got 33 oath gold, so we need to get up to 200 as soon as possible so we can unlock the forge. Because our front line is pretty damaged from that last battle, we may fight this, actually, we'll just auto-resolve this one. We'll take a little bit more damage, but actually not too bad with those guys. I think we've just got enough manpower with the rest of the stuff that we should be okay. It would be nice to have the brewmaster in here because he does provide replenishment, but next turn, Thorgrim will probably use the underway to try to get as close to Mountain Gunbad as possible. So, with that in mind, let's upgrade Tordric Ironheart. Do you want to give him... This will give him our hammer slightly more stats. Trigger loss reduction. Unlock your skills at level 12. Feign skills are actually pretty good, especially Glittering Scales and the Dawi Authority. So we'll put one more point into spread control, and I think we'll start saving some of those. Our engineer, let's go for... Flash Bomb is really good if we're facing serious characters, but we can wait on that one, I think. Let's go for... Let's put a point into ammo, actually. And we could recruit some Dwarf Warriors. How much money do we need for this? We need 4250. This will go down a little bit once this finishes, but I'm okay with the units we have. We don't need to recruit more at the moment. We can do everything we need to with what we have at the moment. Got a Skaven Undercity pop up. The World's Edge Archways. Unrim. Ooh, yes, finally. If I counter offer, you'll pay us 213 more. So that's why it's always worth it to see how much more money you can get out of the AI. Especially on like a legendary difficulty with the dwarves where things are super expensive. You need every little piece of gold you can get. Unfortunately, the underways are undercity. It's probably going to be pretty expensive to get rid of. So we'll probably just have to let it be for now. Let's see what ones it actually is giving. Scathing corruption, leadership, and menace below when they're attacking, along with casualty replenishment and movement range, food. Okay. So it's basically, this is the only big one. How much would it cost? 1,500? Okay, that's not bad. But, yeah. Let's use the underway stance. I don't want to get too close to the settlement in case they try to sally out and fight us. They've got Blackrock Big Boss, Goblin Big Boss, and one more unit. Plus they're going to be able to get some more units from recruitment right there. Provincial instability is going down, but that will go back up once we take another settlement. Any more gold we can eke out of some AI factions? Nope. But looking down here, it seems that Gorfang has wiped out his starting enemy. So I expect him to declare war very soon. Unless he decides to go after Barrack Bar first, but... Also got the Axe of Grimnir. I'm trying to remember if this is the battle. Oop, wrong one. If this is the battle. Okay, this is the one that is pretty hard because there's lots of artillery. So if you don't have the right tools to deal with this one, it can be pretty difficult, especially since they have like black orcs and stuff, if I remember right. Mount Goonbad, though, can be very good. It does provide a lot of income once you've built that up and got the Bright Stone Mine at tier 3. I think it makes like almost 1,000 per turn, plus some gold production for trade. So it does 800 a turn, okay. And reduces upkeep for artillery faction wide and more income from trade. Yeah, this is a really, really good landmark. Plus it also has a gold mine here, so... Ooh, foolish vainglory. They say you revel in victory. They say you spend more time erecting monuments to battles past than managing the realm. They say you are a fool. So we could take this and get some extra leadership for 3 turns, or recruitment costs going down. I don't think we're going to recruit units right now, so let's go for the leadership for our armies. Right, we got that technology to reduce construction costs for the capitals. Income from province capitals, we want to do that one as well. It's going to cost 3,600 with the reduction from this now. And I'm going to save my growth to get the deeps unlocked. But, man, I do need to start getting some old gold somehow, though. Like, maybe I get rid of this one. We'll take this, then decide what exactly we want to do. Good old siege battle. Right, let's fight this so we don't take too much damage. Siege, auto-resolve always hits us pretty hard, so we want to avoid that. Well, we're going after Mount Gundad. First siege battle so far. Have our bolt throwers unloading on some of the guys on the top, but the towers can actually be a little bit of a problem, so we might actually switch onto them, try to get them out of commission, but Thorgrim leads the charge, like always, with his throne bearers. Going after the gate. We did Vanguard deploy our miner over here, try to get it for this gate, but it's still going to be a little bit tough. Mount Goonbad, though, very interesting. It is a Lord of the Rings reference. Mount Gundabad in Lord of the Rings was the birthplace of the dwarfs. It is where, during the father of the dwarves, the first father of the dwarves, actually wakes up. So it's like their most sacred site. And it gets overrun and infested by orcs very frequently throughout the Middle Earth history. So kind of fitting for us right now, trying to take back its equivalent. But gyrocopter coming in, getting some side shots. Some of these orc air boys taking them down very quickly, actually. Nice, and lots of damage going off. Quarrelers moving up, starting to get their volleys into the guys up top. We've almost taken out the other unit of air boys as well. But the defensive forces for the Greenskins actually have quite a bit. They have the garrison plus the lord and 2 heroes, along with some units he brought along with him. So it's a Goblin Great Shaman right now. Got some trolls near him and some orc boys, but he also has a Goblin Big Boss who's around here somewhere. He's up on the wall, and our Black Orc Big Boss. This guy is an absolute Chad. These guys can really do lots and lots of damage, and they just tank forever if we're not careful. So we're going to do our best to take him out of commission early, but both the archers that were on the walls have been taken out, so they have nothing garrisoning the towers anymore, but we took out the fort tower right about the same time with our bolt throwers. So we're going to start to move them up and get them to a spot where they can start shooting over the walls and things like that. Gyro Bomber's going to move in. Maybe get a few shots off here on these trolls. Or maybe drop some bombs. Some pump wagons in the back. Yeah, Night Goblin boss right there. Shaman. But we're going to go after the archers first, that's right. But Thorgrim, about 4/5 of the way through that gate. Our miners over here, we did already break through this one, but we decided to not throw them into combat immediately because that could go very poorly without any support. They're trying to shoot down my gyro bombers now with several goblin archers. But we're just about through the gate. Maybe 2 more hits. We got Tordric and Thorgrim trying to bring it down. And then our forces will start to move in. They don't have anything garrisoning the gate right away, so we should be able to get a few of our units in. But we got a lone goblin running around right now, apparently, as the trolls come in. Trying to focus them down with our quarters, get some of them killed off before they get into melee. Trolls can be very nasty, but Dwarf Warriors moving in because they have a charge defense. So if we got them to a position, they could be able to hold the line, but not quite fast enough. They're going to put that damage boost from sneaky stabbing onto those trolls, give them a big boost in melee attack so they can actually put out some damage on our characters. But the hammers are coming in slowly. Looks like they do get blocked. At the start, our Brewmaster coming in, trying to provide some heals. As long as he's not in melee, that will keep going off. But trolls got taken out very, very quickly with that focus fire. Gyro Bombers got some bombs off over there, but taking a fair amount of damage. But we got a big, juicy target over here. We got some Goblin Archers coming in as well. So let's see if we can get nice little bombs dropped. I'm trying to think of the song, the famous music. I think it's the something with the Valkyries. That's very famous for like bombing runs and things like do 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 do. Well, forgive my poor singing, but kind of thematic for this part. Yeah, trolls will go down very quick. Hammers coming to join in, trying to take out this Black Orc Big Boss while he's alone. We can dish out quite a lot of damage. We're getting a team bit of friendly fire with our Quarrelers too, but with the hammers and Thorgrim, he's going to take massive damage very, very quickly. He is just getting absolutely rocked. Goes down for the count. Hammers did their job very, very well. But the Goblin Big Boss, we shot him quite a bit with our Quarrelers. He has managed to escape for now with 500 HP. Pump wagons, not getting into melee yet. This side, they've mostly been occupied repositioning their forces. Ooh, but try to get a Vindictive Glare off there from the Grid Shaman, but just barely misses, because that could kill our Gyro Bombers very quickly if we're not careful. But we're going to split our forces up into two sides. We have some on this side, getting ready to go after some of these units, move up towards that control point. And we have our melee infantry corps coming in with our miners. Get on some of this orc infantry. Miners can do alright. Ooh, sneaky stabbing coming down. That's going to give a boost melee boost attack and damage to these orc boys. So they'll start to devastate these miners. Miners have pretty decent weapon strength and armor piercing, but their stats are very poor in most cases, so I'm going to struggle to get too much damage off, but they're good in the niche that they have for a tier 1 unit. More orc boys coming. Check out this little melee right here. Ooh, Tordric, big splash attack right there. Yeah, look at him compared to the regular hammers. He's very big. Have our hammer. Banner Bear right there with his hand weapon. But on the far side, started to advance a little bit after we dealt a quick blow to those Notling pump wagons. Our great weapon, Dwarfs, are going in. Actually, not too... I'm actually not surprised. These guys have been a little bit better than I thought they would. I normally don't bother to recruit these, but we wanted some for variety's sake. 85 armor is still quite a bit, so they're not going to take too much damage from the Goblin Archers, and they'll be able to get through like the Orc boys fairly easily. But we can split up our Corlers, 3 on this side, 3 down here. Try to get some shots off into the enemy range units. They have put themselves up on the barricade, which gives them more range. No missile resist, but it's still going to be hard to hit them. But kind of push through the measly defenses they put up so far, but we do have to get through these barricades, so Tordric's going to go after that first. Gyro Bombers coming in the back, trying to get some shots from up above. They've almost used up all of their ammunition now, so we did bring over Engineer and give them a few more ammo caches. Supply drop. Bolt Thrower, 11 kills, only 24 kills. Mostly they were occupied with this tower fort, but they're starting to get some shots over here yet. And hopefully get some damage down on that. But Goblin Big Boss still running away. But we have brought our Brewmaster over to try and help these Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, just to provide a heal. But since he's in melee now, he will not provide the busting of Valea, so I'm gonna have to help him out as soon as we can. Brought all of our Corlers over here. They'll try to get some targets in those pump wagons while our Dwarf Warriors are moving in. But they're going to try to charge our guys. Not going to work out well for them, but pump wagons can do pretty good damage against our guys. They have armor piercing and bonus to infantry. And the great weapons still have pretty good melee defense. We are bolstered by our Brewmaster, actually, because he has Tactician. So I'm getting 5 more melee defense. That helps them survive quite a bit more against these goblins. But the Goblin Great Shaman kind of being a scaredy cat and just running away. But Tordric's chasing after him. We got some squigs coming down. They're getting absolutely annihilated by the Gyro Bombers. And with our hammers coming in with our Hero Corps, we're going to be able to deal with them very quickly. Although they are rampage, so they'll fight a little bit longer than other things. They do have access to Squigs Go Wild. And some of our units, Longbeards, I forgot about them in the back a little bit. We'll get them up here and be able to start doing some more stuff. Check the control point. Brewmaster is out of combat, so we'll just have him keep shooting at some of these units up there. He is getting a little bit of heal off on some of these guys. Hopefully keep some of them healthy so we don't lose any more models. But the green skin defenses are pretty ragged and torn up at the moment. They've got about 3 full health units along with the Lord still remaining. But they're pretty spread out. Ooh, these squigs actually managed to... goblins, I thought they were squigs at first. But there is a little glitch on the map. Climbing the invisible wall. Greenskin's coming down. Goblin Big Boss. Got some Dwarf Warriors coming in. Tap out our great weapons right there. Eat through the Orc Boys. Have some Corlers coming in. And our crossbow guys. Bombs. I think we've used all of our bombs. Ooh, we can do to glare. trying to be used by that Goblin Great Shot. Maybe he does hit the terrain again. So we've got pretty lucky with our gyro bombs, actually, because they would have lost 2 models by now if they'd been hit by those magic missiles. But trying to finish off this Goblin Big Boss. He's got down to 200 HP. We're focusing down. Hopefully we get him right there. Not quite. But gyro bomb are getting plenty of value. 233 kills, 1500 value. Coilers doing pretty good in ammunition. They have a few shots left, a few volleys, around 5 or 6, most of them, looks like. But with that, the Greenskins finally give up, and the settlement is ours. Too shabby. Hammers did some good work taking out the Blackrock Big Boss, but we don't want to loot and occupy it because we don't want to drop it down further tier. I guess we're going to get it at tier 1 anyway, but this way we don't have to pay to repair it. Yeah, I'm going to... Let's get the gold mine here. I'm going to get rid of this. And we need to get the... Switch it over to the production side to get Oath Gold instead. Yeah. I'm going to say, sometimes they'll let you just switch over to the opposite side, but this one you actually have to completely demolish it. And then rebuild the other one. Ooh, and we have our Rune Overseer available now. So our first one, we have one that will give growth and income, corruption and income, growth and income, control and minus corruption. We definitely want the growth and income to stick in the Silver Road. So Mithril Audit or Kazaran the Denger. Ironbeard. We'll do Ironbeard. Ironbeard is always cool. Although I do like the Horned Helmet. We'll take the Horned Helmet. Because that's always a little bit cooler, in my opinion. Right. Next turn. Okay, our Runesmith. Let's just go for Replenish Troops right away and stimulate growth since we're just trying to speed up our early development. Okay, one more point and then we can get access to this. Let's do another point into ammunition since we actually were getting lower in ammunition in that battle. We'll put one into this for some extra melee attack for our hammers. And Thorgrim, we got a couple more levels so we can get access to your unique line. Although I might let's put a point into this actually. Just reduce the construction costs here. I should remember to do this first though. Because if you upgrade the skill, if you try to build things before you upgrade the skill, you actually won't get the bonus. So that's why we cancel it and start it over again. Right, now that we have dealt with our starting enemy, Kedrin, yeah, let's do non-aggression and military access. And from here, we probably want to work on either Gorbad or going after Tretch. How many settlements does Tretch have? He has 3. Okay, so it actually might be beneficial to go after Tretch early then. We'll do that. I'll just wait till I'm a little bit closer. And another reason we want to do that too, if we wipe him out, then I don't have to pay to get rid of that Intercity. Yeah, Tretch, we want to prioritize before he gets access to a lot of Storm Vermin too. Since he does give some nice bonuses to them and gets them in great quantity. Oh, he might do it for us. Dang! I could have made some money. Actually, no, I don't have contact with the Chaos Dwarf faction over there, but... Well, we had the same thoughts, though, apparently. I expect Gorbad to follow suit pretty soon as well. So the north should be safe, well, relatively safe. 3 more turns so we can build up some more stuff over here. Okay, this we want to get the commerce building line so we can get some gold per turn. And if we use the underway stance, we can actually get straight into the settlement over here. Awesome. And good on that front. Any more money to be made? Nope. Oh, I guess we can confederate Barrack Far. Give us control of this. We probably actually want to do that because we might be able to hold on to Barrack Far. And it does have some nice income from there. Let's look through this, though. See if there's anything up here so we can kind of see how many grudges other people are getting. Right, yeah. Let's confederate them. It will bring us some public order problems. Oh, and maybe he already lost it because it's only tier 1 with, oh no, I guess it's tier 2, but with just the basic
my anger burns bright.
Just the basic settlement, no other buildings, which kind of stinks.
Time for a reckoning.
Alright. Oh, and as you can see, the Thanes, so they'll have a little bit different portraits, but this is a axe and shield variant. You can get some other ones.
Rune Lord.
Is there anything worth keeping in this army? Because I can't build the garrison. Oh, I can build the garrison. Takes 4 turns. But we don't need both armies there. That is Gorbad, though. Gorbad might attack right away. Unfortunately, I can't get over there. We have the ogres over here as well. Yeah, let's get rid of the great weapons because they're expensive.
My axe thirsts for war.
Miners don't have great stats.
Let us begin.
Let's get rid of all of that. We're still negative. How much of that is from supply lines? Most of it.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to...
Iron-willed.
What traits do you have? You have ancients, melee attack, and weapon strength. What do you have? Ooh, ultimal from buildings and spell resist. So we want to have you take over control of this army. We can get rid of that guy, and hopefully that's enough to get us back in the positive. Not quite. We'll get rid of those two. That should do it. As hopefully Gorbad doesn't declare war right away and attack this while our guy is out of range of the settlement. Right. Okay, we have 5 more turns on our Age of Reckoning. We're not quite 50% of the way to getting an army, so ideally we need to fight some bigger battles and against more powerful enemies to get the most out of that. The first Age of Reckoning I've always found is really hard to get all the way to 100% right away. Oh, now that I countered offer, he'd only... Yeah, we have to pay him 23. That's fine. The trade will pay for itself over time simply from the tariffs. Okay, it looks like no war declaration from Gorbad, or maybe right here. We'll see. Nope, these are all the minor factions, so no war declaration this turn. Was that mission? Win 10 battles with a single hero. Oh, what I forgot to do is for Uthlar Stonehammer. We need to send a hero to Karak Kadrin. I might just send Tordrick Ironheart, because the engineer I actually want to level up. Because he has like increased mobility, which is very useful. Same with Runesmith. Yeah, we'll send Tordrick out that way. Kind of sucks that I just thought of this now, because it would have been much faster since he's over here, but we'll just send him up to that. I'm trying to remember where the border is for that settlement. That leaves an empty slot in Thorgrim's army. We could use the Underway stance to get over there, but I think we just advance. Oh, I need to make sure I switch the server to normal stance first. I think we just advance in encampment stance. That way we're less likely to get ambushed, and we probably had a pretty good chance of being intercepted if there's an army here. So, okay, we're starting to get some old gold per turn now. You... Oh, Gorbad. Oh, he declared war on Averland. We'll just pull this guy back into the settlement for now. We're just going to try to hold this for a little bit. How do the ogres feel about us? I don't like us very much, but we could get a trade agreement with them. Do we trade with ogres, though? That's not very high kingly. Although some ogres have proven to be useful to the Dwarfs, but he's built up quite a bit. We'll leave him be for now. Oh, we have some other trade partners over here, though. We'll do the Border Princess first. I know this will piss off Scrag, but that's fine. Let's do Carrot Kern. If we also do a non-aggression pact, we don't get quite as much money. I don't care about non-aggression pact, actually. You get a little bit more gold this way. Averland, how much would you give us? 1,000? Let's do that. That'll make Gorbad more likely to declare war, but that's kind of inevitable anyway, so. Yeah, and we want to get this to tier 3 as soon as possible to get that landmark. Brightstone Mine is very, very good. Get the next turn going. Yeah, we need to fight some good battles to get our Age of Reclamation meter up. Not going too well so far on that front, but hopefully we get some more serious battles here. Again, I'm very surprised that Gorbad hasn't declared war right away. Looks like no Skaven armies are showing up yet, so that might mean they're just out of our vision. Did Clan Moors get wiped out? 5 battles against Clan Moors? Wow, Scarsnick must have wiped out Queek. Because that's a part of also of the Dynamic Warfare Carrick 8 Peaks mod, is that Queek, Belagar, and Scarsnick are at permanent war with one another. So, must have been. Queek got wiped out by Scarsnick. But I guess free money for us. Construction time for province capitals. I don't need the High King's Decree right now. Oath Gold. Oh, actually, we do want this one. We want Oath Gold. Since we need to start pumping that out. Our Overseer got his first level up. So their skill tree is pretty similar to most other like Adaman style guys, but they do still retain some of their rune line. And at the bottom, these are the probably ones we want to go for first, like extra growth, research rate, and things like that. So we'll go down here. Campaign line of sight. And let's move you before I forget.
So be it. Ready?
Can we make it to the settlement? Yes, we can. In one turn. So we have the Dragon Company here. I don't think we need them right away. They're very expensive, 430 a turn, but we're not going to spend any of our oath gold yet because we want to unlock the forge. Oh, actually, no army here. Interesting. Right, there's an army just southwest though.
Stupid.
It's a secondary army.
No.
We got a new trinket, so that is part of the rune forge. So it looks like this is the one that we got from fighting Skaven. So like we could do this one. This would give us mass and charge bonus. That's the very basic one, but then these two together. Oh, I want to do this one and that one. That would give us immune psychology and melee attack for a unit, but we don't want to spend our oath gold on that at the moment. Okay, veteran crossbows would give missile range for quarrelers and rangers, upkeep reduction and recruit rank stuff, ammunition. Even though the range will be really nice, I think I actually want the upkeep more right now. Since we do have a lot of quarrelers, 20% in all these guys is quite a bit. See whether Tretch has another army out here or not. But I know there has been a pretty annoying bug as far as AI in their recruitment. But hopefully it doesn't affect our campaign too much.
Who calls?
When the live streams I had been doing,
Do not greet me as a friend.
I will.
we didn't seem to have any problem with those except for on the Lizardmen. But
Can I help you?
man, this guy's costing us a lot of gold per turn.
I hope.
The garrison's up in 2 turns. We'll have enough. We're still a while on growth.
What?
Gorbat's going up that way. I think like next turn we'll declare war on.
Must.
No, we can probably do it this turn. Evelyn, how much do you pay me to join a war against them?
Greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now what brings you here?
Find a trade
with
agreement?
sheathed
Cool.
blade?
Actually, how much do we get for just joining war? Almost 1,000. Okay, trade agreement's worth more, especially since that gives us brownie points with other Empire factions most of the time.
Rune Lord.
Just gonna double check something real fast because it feels like the AI isn't okay. Looks like they're fine on that.
Yes. My anger burns bright.
So yeah, auto resolve seems to have been pretty decent most of the time. Okay, now we're finally starting to get some. That is not quite as good. We'll fight this one real fast. We are taking the battle to the Greenskins. We just confederated Barrack Var. So we're going to try to get some value out of the units that they had recruited before we confederated them and try to take one of the Greenskin settlements and sack it for a little bit of income. This Rune Lord is leading an army full of ranged units, 2 Thunderers, along with 5 Quarrelers and a Grudge Thrower. Trying to get some early damage into the more valuable units like the Orc Boys. Goblins have more numbers per unit, but their stats are just a little bit worse. But looks like they've kind of split their forces into 2. We've got our Thunderers up on this little hill so they can shoot over units, hopefully. Let's start to see some of our Gunsmoke and Gunpowder mod coming out. But I did put some stuff over here. I thought we'd be able to hold them off. But the Goblin Wolf Riders got past me undetected for a while. So the Rune Lord's trying to make his way over here and tie them down before they get on artillery. But that could really not work out for us. Because I think, yeah, we didn't quite manage to get him in time. So big charge by the Greenskins there onto our guys. Gonna start taking out our crew very quickly. Rune Lord is thrown down. some army abilities. This one is giving us armor through the Rune of Oath and Steel. Quarrelers still have decent combat stats, so they're going to be able to hold their own for the most part, but we do want to keep them up and running as far as shooting. We've kind of done a checkerboard formation, trying to keep some of our units able to shoot and not get into melee at all, but Thunderers trying to take out those Wolf Riders. Yeah, they just decimated that artillery unit very, very quickly. Still have over half their models, about half their HP. Coming in for another charge in the back of our Quarrelers. Some of the Greenskin Infantry has managed to push through our gaps and get onto some of the units in the back. But everything is on guard mode, so hopefully they'll still be able to get a few shots off occasionally. I've tried to focus down the Greenskin Archers in the back. This one has been taken out. This one's still full health. And the Waaagh going down quite a bit. That's the bad thing about fighting lots of Goblins, is Goblins can build up the Waaagh very, very quickly. Since the Waaagh meter is completely dependent on the amount of entities fighting and not necessarily the amount of units, so Goblins are good for something. But we're trying to get our guys into a position where we can shoot these guys in the back and avoid their shields. We moved up one unit of Thunder to help out our Rune Lord a little bit. So they are still able to get some shots off, but they are still taking losses pretty quickly. We've lost 28 guys, but still getting some shots. Rune Lord, no damaging magic, no rune magic as far as Wrath and Ruin, just some support abilities now with Rune Speed and Oath and Steel for melee attack and armor. But these Quarrelers, yeah, with the Waaagh going down very frequently for these guys, that big boost of melee attack is just letting them get through our defenses. Because 28 melee defense for a missile unit is actually very good, but it doesn't matter when they're getting a big boost from theirs. Wagh's off right now, so they lost that 25 bonus melee attack, but has been enough to do quite a bit of damage. Finally, we drive off the Goblin Wolf Riders after they came back the first time. Our artillery is not going to come back, most likely. These unit of Thunders in the back, still at full health, trying to help out some of our Quarrelers on that side. On this side, these Quarrelers not doing very well. Very low. Yeah, 27, and their other one basically got wiped out. It just barely survived with 12 guys. But we're slowly whittling down the Greenskin Infantry. No Lord to face since this is a settlement battle, but still putting up a really good fight, more than I thought they would. Rune Lord taking about a third of his HP in damage. But he's getting a fair amount of kills. The stats are still good enough to get through most of the Greenskin defenses. But these Thunderers, now that they've secured our flank on this side, taking out those Greenskins that were attacking those Quarrelers, hopefully we'll be able to get them into a position where we can shoot these Orc Boys, since they are the bigger threat. Trying to pull the last little bit of these Thunderers out and let the Rune Lord hold them in place. Which, just about to happen. Looks like the Greenskins are about to give up. Have another rune down, but battle is ours, but not without taking a lot of casualties. Okay, we actually took a fair amount of casualties in that. I thought our Quarrelers would be able to hold off the Goblins in melee better, but I don't think we can hold on to this, so we'll just sack it for now. Mostly we just wanted money and experience from that. Pull back into the settlement, be able to heal up a little bit. Let's go for rune magic with our Rune Lord. And that's good for this turn. Okay. So we have that Skaven army to the south. Oh, looks like he retreats. No sign of Tretch yet. Or bad. Ooh. All right, that was pretty quick, actually. Oh, and we got another army right here. Gorbad came back. Dang, I probably should have waited one turn. Because we have one more turn to the garrison's finish, so I was a little bit too hasty. Right, we have the quest for Gargrim Iron Fist now, so we need to get up to 8 Slayer units.
What's your orders?
Ooh,
That is agreement.
Agzag's moving in on Kerkadrin's territory.
One rag?
Okay, where's the separation for the settlements? Right there. Okay, so that's as far as you need to go. Say if we join war against Azak, how much money would we make?
My kin, the throng of Cadrin welcomes you.
Almost 1,800. Maybe I don't do it this turn, because I don't need the money this turn, I need it more. I guess you know it is this turn that I do want it. Okay. So yeah, let's actually do that. Oh, wrong one. I don't want to declare war against the dwarves. I want to join
Greetings.
Ungrim against
You know, that's a
Azak.
request. I'll hear it now.
It's another big chunk of change for us. Some Mountain Goonbad. Let's go for this to get some more Ulth gold. And upgrade the gold mine. Actually, let's look over here real fast. So, the deeps, the armies actually can be quite serious. So I think I want to build the garrison first before I, or at least start building it at the same time that I do get this stuff. Gonna take 4 turns to get that. I think we can do without a runesmith right away. Oh no! We already built this. I forgot to recruit a runesmith. Maybe that was last turn. But let's go for this so we can get a Dragon Slayer. And let's get a runesmith before I forget now. Okay, this is the first turn I could recruit them, actually. Bibulus isn't that good of a... it's not a very good trait. We'll wait and try to get a better one next turn. Actually... Dang, if I want to get the deeps right away, I'd start having to save for that. That's... I need 2 surplus points. Okay, we can wait on that then. Spend some money up here real fast. Let's get this, because this also reduces construction cost, and that one. And then this one, does this give us another Brewmaster? Yes, it does. Okay. And it will give us access to Bugman's Throwers, which are pretty cool. These are basically like the Bugman's variant of a Grudge Thrower, so they cause flammable and fire attacks on their missiles, almost like they're throwing kegs. Yeah, crap. Up here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to merge some of these units.
What? Master of Runecraft.
Just to try to get them at full health. They'll last a little bit longer that way, probably. Alright, and over here, we can't make it to Crookback Mountain in a single turn. So let's go forward in, or not ambush stance, encampment stance again, so we don't get ambushed. We are getting some marble from here, but we used up all of our cash. Any more trade agreements? No. Okay. I could. I guess we don't have enough to buy another lord.
Can I help you?
This should be able to defend it on itself. The thing I am a little bit... I guess we could sally out and try to fight it. Since we'd have the Rune Overseer. I say I kind of wanted to be able to deal with them so they didn't bypass Karazakarak and go after the Pillars of Gugni. They've got 15 units. Our garrison has... what, 4... 8. Okay, we have around the same, but we have pretty good units. Let's actually sally out and attack them. Oh, come on, let me click it. There we go. Oh, we could auto-resolve it. I think we're fine actually auto-resolving it. Army's pretty good. Do we want this one for the extra income from local buildings? I think we do actually over that one. And that'll level this guy up a little bit more as well.
More grim.
Let's do foreman. This reduces construction costs. Actually, oh, that's nice. Now that we have this, I should redo all of these because they'll cost a little bit less now. Should save us actually a fair amount of gold. Do we want the upgraded brewery over Runeforge? I think we want the Runeforge first because this gives us access to another runesmith. And then this one will be for the deep, so we just need to save up to 6,000 to start getting that unlocked. And we'll leave this guy as is. Do we have any items to give him? A potion of strength. Let's fuse those and try to get something better. Crown of Command can actually be pretty decent in a siege battle. Longshot's cap just gives you more armor. Lucky. This gives you more melee defense. That might not be bad. And that one. I'll just give you everything right now. Just hope for the best.
Armed and ready.
Oh, who have we not moved? We've not moved. Oh, you've just been in the settlement. That's right. Okay. You've already moved. Okay.
Time.
This will help us keep an eye on Azag over here too, having that hero up in that direction. But I need to check next turn and see if there's any runesmiths we would like to recruit. Van Rictus again. Oh, that's why. Okay, they're fighting the Chaos Dwarves at the same time. Beric Var! Under siege. Alright, what do they have? They have a fair amount of orcs. The Wa army has... Oh, this isn't actually a Wa army, it's just a secondary army. 4 things of squigs. It does have herd mentality, so that is going to give them unbreakable and damage resistant. Okay. If I auto-resolve it, it says we have a big victory, but I think it's likely these armies will survive. I think what we do actually is we actually try to fight it. I don't think we necessarily can win. It'll be very close. But it'll give us the chance to wipe out some important units. We got a little bit too hasty trying to declare war on Gorbad. He's coming back and going after Beric Var. He is leading a full army plus a secondary army that has about a third of its units, a little over half actually. But full of squigs, some orc boys, and pump wagons. Gorbad's army is almost entirely orc boys, so a lot of good melee power. But on this side, most of his cavalry and squigs. Squigs can be kind of dangerous because he actually does have some of his tactics on. He does have herd mentality, so they are getting a ward save and melee defense. The ward save is the biggest thing right now, but they are unbreakable. Has a thing of bolt throwers. Got him bolt thrower trying to get some shots off. But we're taking it up with one of our guys. We have a fair amount of range firepower. We have a lot of quarrelers, but we are outnumbered quite a bit, and we have a lot of orcs to get through, so it's going to be a very difficult battle. I'm not sure if we can actually pull it off. But Squig's starting to rampage after taking focused fire. Got a few things off their corridors over here, but it looks like they're coming right after this corner, so we try to pull them off the wall and get some of our Dwarf warriors and stuff up there. On the side, we deployed our 2 Thunderers. One of them's quite damaged, and our Rune Lord up here on the wall. The Thunderers were really just trying to get some early damage onto Gorbat. Got about a third of his HP down. Now they're just taking some shots at those Orkboy Biggins. These guys are pretty nasty. They have really high melee attack and high weapon strength. They can do a lot of damage if we're not careful. The supporting army going to come in just a few seconds, but not too many ranged units, but a lot of infantry. On this side we have some great weapons and miners. holding the wall against these guys. Miners up front to take more of the brunt of the damage, while our great weapons dish out the pain on the greenskins. Now that the biggins are out of range now, we switched our thunderers onto these air boys along with some of our coilers. Some orc boys are trying to climb up right now. But we're getting the rune of armor down, trying to give us a little bit more damage resistance. These units of coilers, we're starting to get into melee, so we moved over these dwarf warriors. These guys are going to hold the gate for now. It's about half health. Try to take out Gorbat as soon as he comes in. Rune Lord took a little bit of damage early on. He does have the obsidian amulet for a little bit of a barrier, so we're going to try to pull him out and get that regenerated. But yeah, a lot of units coming in. 4 more squigs. Squigs can do big damage if we're not careful. They have very high weapon strength and a lot of armor piercing, so they'll eat through dwarf infantry. But it's a big mass of greenskins coming back. Had a partially damaged artillery piece from our previous battle, and it is trying to get some damage off into these squigs over here. These cores have come off the wall, getting volleys now into the orc boys with spears who have climbed the walls. Nothing climbing up over here, so these guys are just getting some free shots in, but on this side, dwarf warriors and orc boys fighting it out. Miners holding back a little bit. Man, miners are tiny compared to orc boys. I guess it's not abnormal, but it is a battle of attrition right now. It's kind of a 50-50 whether or not we'll win this. We'll win over time just because our vigor's a little bit stronger, I think, but orc boys still do quite a bit of damage. Far side, Gorbat has broken through. We took off the damage unit of Thunderers, try to get them to be able to shoot down here so they're not in melee, and we'll put the full unit of Thunderers, switch them onto the backside now so they can shoot in. Hopefully that lets us take him out very quickly. He has no shield, so no missile block chance, and he's a big target on his boar. Gorbat actually has a really cool color palette. They're red and black, but then his boar also has the checkerboard green, I think. Yeah, he's going to go down very quickly with that focus fire. Look at that big chunk of damage. But the Nut Goblin War Boss coming in, going after our Rune Lord. I didn't quite notice it in time. But one more volley should take Gorbat out, or at least get him out of the way. There we go. So that's one of the things, even if we lose this battle, we wanted to deal some significant damage and wipe out some units. We didn't quite leave enough support on this side, although our miners and dwarf warriors is still holding out pretty good, but lots of units coming in. Wagon's now going after the gates while the guys wait to have some guys cleared on the walls. Squig's coming in now through the gates. The Night Goblin War Boss taking some damage from the Thunderers, but yeah, watch these Squigs just absolutely demolish our Coilers. Luckily, they didn't get all of their charge off, but they're going to start doing damage very quickly. Rune of Speed coming on our Coilers for some extra melee attack. We're starting to lose a little bit of our guys on the walls, though. On the far side, we've got some of the more expensive towers that have some splash damage, trying to dish out some damage over here, but over here, the wall battle is actually not going too badly. Our towers have taken out pretty much all of the artillery, or at least killed off the artillery pieces. Squigs taking some crossbow bolts to the face. And 69 kills. Nice on these Dwarf Warriors. 93 on the other ones. How about these miners? I don't know how they held out. I think they actually got routed off. Yeah. We got 52 kills, but Squigs are now through the gates and trying to capture some of the points. Gate bug right there that some of them snuck through, unfortunately. But we tried to pull off more units over here to help on this flank because we did leave it a little bit vulnerable. These Thunderers are still doing some damage. They are in guard mode, so they're going to keep shooting, but they are getting attacked by some Orc boys. The spears, these Dwarf Warriors still holding out. But it is not going very well in our favor right now. Just from the sheer amount of numbers the greenskins are throwing at us, we're having trouble. Maybe if we had pulled back, we might have had a little bit better shot at defending, but we're trying to use our supplies and build some of these towers across the map. Slowly, some of the units are coming back, both on our side and for the greenskins. Wa going down right now for Gorbad, so big boost of damage and melee attack along with unit psychology. We don't have any sources of fear or terror in our armies right now, but that damage boost is really going to hurt us. Trying to pull off some of these Dwarf Warriors, take on some of these guys as they come back. But Corridor's trying to move into position so we can help some stuff out here. These squigs did manage to escape for a little bit and actually route into the center of the settlement, so they might go after some of these control points, but we get a little bit of damage off just in time. Rune Lord still getting chased by the Night Goblin War Boss. We're trying to get him out of melee and pull back so we can get on some of these control points. We did put the leadership barricade right here to give us a little bit more survivability. But they've broken through or taken the gates on that side, so they're going to start coming in mass over here pretty soon. Our miners and great weapons still holding out. Almost 100 kills on those guys. 108 on the miners, actually. Good for them. But very slowly, we're just getting overwhelmed. These Dwarf Warriors with great weapons coming over to help out. We're trying to get our Corlers up here to help our Rune Lord and any units that route up here. This is a little bit more defensible with these points, so. Orc Shaman finally got through the gate. He's over half health. No amazing spells, but he still has the Gaze of Mork, so that can do some pretty good damage. Brain Bosta doesn't do any armor piercing without being overcast, so we should be alright if he tries to use that. But magic missiles can still do lots of damage if we're clumped up too poorly, so we're going to turn and try to get him out of commission. Get some Corlers into him. On the side actually went fairly well. We've dealt with most of the units, but one full health Orc Boys is just barely climbing the walls now, and we don't have a whole lot of melee manpower to hold them back. These Corlers have got some shots before, but yeah, very slowly we're just having to eke back and try to recover. But Squigs recover, unfortunately, on the greenskin side. Barely any leadership. They're going to start capturing these points like that. Our artillery is out of ammo, so we're going to try to get them back in this point. Maybe do a little bit of damage to these quick herds, but Rune Lord's still holding out okay, actually. We did get him to a point where he got his barrier back. It's only 116 since he's taking a lot of damage, but it'll help him a little bit. Corler's almost in a range where they can start to get some shots into that Night Goblin War Boss. But here comes the March of the Squigs. And these guys gonna do lots of damage. If we're not careful, we're going to do a little point of view right there for them. So we're trying to shoot them with our crossbows. Big cannon tower shot coming right there. But, ooh, they're going to jump on our Rune Lord. They're going to be able to dish out a lot of damage very, very quickly with that armor piercing and anti-infantry. He's going to go down very quickly. I didn't quite notice them quick enough. I was trying to bring some stuff to go help him out or pull him back, but not able to do that. The mass of the Squigs keeping him in place. In the back, we did manage to fend off those Squigs for a little bit, but they are coming back for a third time. So leadership point is still under our control, but don't have any towers close enough to start shooting them yet. So those Grudge Thrower crewmen are going to get wiped out very quickly. We'll try to get some Coilers on them. The Orc Shaman, though, he barely escapes with 300 HP as these other Squigs come in and tie up these Corridors. So, with the Squigs go wild as well, as long as they're close to some of our guys, they're going to get a big boost of leadership, which sucks. And our Grudge Throwers are out of commission for good. Pump Wagons coming up this side. Corridors almost out of ammunition. Our Lord actually did go down to the Squigs. There's his corpse. He didn't go down without a fight, though, covered by Squig corpses. Now the Corlers dealing with some Squigs of their own and trying to take out this War Boss. He is holding out. He started to rout, but he still has 730 HP, so gonna have trouble finishing him off unless we can get some really good volleys from all these Corlers at the same time, but no time to actually focus them down. The Squigs coming in for a charge. They do rampage, but we do get enough damage on them to break, but the pump wagons are going to be a bigger issue. They have a lot more armor, 50 armor, and they're fast and hard to hit. So, yeah, they just get right on top of our Corlers. Charge actually didn't do too much, but we don't have the melee power to actually fight them off. So, overall, not going in our favor. The last unit of Orc Boys on this side just too healthy, and our guys were too tired to hold them off, so gradually losing them, but we've dealt quite a bit of damage to several units from Gorbad's army and supporting army. Quarrelers, only 10 kills on that. 76. 64. Man, our melee actually is getting more kills than our Quarrelers, which is pretty sad. Goblin Archers did manage to finish capturing the points for Citizen Dwarf Warriors. Try to get that plus 10 leadership back under our thing to give us Siege Defender, because we really need that leadership. But yeah, pump wagons, just we don't have a unit to counter them at the moment. So last little bastion of leadership over here. These Dwarf Warriors with great weapons coming out. We do have some other great weapons coming from the back and some Thunderers. Try to get one more little charge off, get some kills right there in their flank. Oh, I hate all green skin filth. But it is a losing battle right now. There's nothing really we can do as long as this Lord stays alive. If we can finish him, we might have a chance, but he routes for a second time, but still has 400 HP almost, so all of our range units are occupied now. They have been brought into melee, so most of our damage dealing capability has been shut down. Another Orc Boy coming to fight our Dwarf Warriors. They have a fair amount of momentum from all the points they've captured, so they get 3 more leadership plus 6% more melee attack. It's actually pretty decent, so they're able to get through our defenses. Our guys are just a little bit too split up. We're trying to do our last effort to finish off this Night Goblin War Boss. If we can get him down, that leadership penalty might break other units. But it looks like they just barely don't get the last shots off before they get into melee. See, they maybe get one more shots off now. He's running out of their line of sight, out of their range, so it's like just barely we might have just lost because of that, but it was so close. Sotling pump wagons going after the Quarrelers now. Now they're starting to take some serious damage. We killed off over half the amount of chariots they had, though. It's not bad. Goblin Shaman did escape with the 300 HP. Our units are just in tatters, and we're just split up so much. We're just fighting to the bitter end, but it's not going to be quite enough. They are moving towards our final victory point. But things have just about routed everywhere. And that is going to be it for us. Very close battle, but no dice. Well, we didn't win. Yeah, not waiting another turn for the garrison to finish was a big mistake, but we took out Gorbad. His shaman just barely survived. We killed a lot of the starting army, but just couldn't quite finish. So I had lots of fun with that, though. That's kind of what's important. We'll have lots of fun with this campaign, whether we win or lose, but that was definitely my fault on that part, so not much I can complain about. Luckily, we hadn't spent any money on that actual army, but no, we had our items stolen. But that is going to be it for episode 2, guys. I hope you're enjoying this. We will jump right back into it with episode 3. Thank you so much for joining me.